welcome to Bulldog Country. It's a great day to be a Bulldog. We got better today as a football program. I mean, we really did. We were able to bring some quality young men. We were very intentional with this signing class. We wanted to get some young men that fit what we're looking for and what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. And I really feel wholeheartedly with the pieces that we added on both sides of the ball that we really got better in our program today. And I think those young men are definitely the future of our program, but that future can be now because we give young men opportunities. And I think we signed some young men from great quality programs in the state of South Carolina. And we also signed one young man from the state of Florida. So wholeheartedly, I really feel like we got better today as a football program.
Coach, I know altogether I counted 20 athletes, I believe, 13 with the transfer and 7 with those who signed with you. How much greater will this team be with the ones that you're going to add to the team now?
Well, like I said before, I really think we got better as a program today. I mean, you're talking about some young men, some good quality freshmen that we signed, but also some transfers that can come in right away and be able to help this program and take us to the next level. And I tell you what, the foundation of this program is already here. You know, Coach Buddy Pugh and his staff did an amazing job of the young men that are already here. And I always talk about recruit the young men that are here first. We got to make sure that we build a relationship with the guys that are here first. And then the pieces of the puzzle that we add, the foundation's already been set. And I think we got a chance to have a really, really good football team in the 2024 season.
For those who transferred over, can you kind of tell us what led them to come here and how excited are they to be, or are they satisfied to be able to play this upcoming season for you?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we have some young men that transferred from different universities and colleges, and we had a couple young men that transferred from the last place that I was at, and then as well as a couple young men from different universities. And I think those young men they'll really fit more so than anything the culture that they're bringing in, because these are good quality young men first. You know, we always talk about football players, but these are young men. They understand the what we talk about with discipline, integrity, God, dedication, effort, execution, pride. And I think if we can put all that together with the young men that we have here, I think we have a really, really good class. And these young men that have had quality snaps already on the college level, you know, the game won't be too fast for them because they've already done it. And they've done it at a high level. So we're excited about the transfers that we have coming into this program. Absolutely.
With the guys you've signed, you have a handful from, powerhouse Midlands high schools, Dutch Fork, Camden. What makes those guys special, those homegrown guys?
Well, the reality is we had 3 that played right here in the state championship game, right here at South Carolina State. So that's always good to have. But, when you can have the backyard philosophy, anybody that knows me, I'm all about that gas tank philosophy. And we're going to blanket this Palmetto State first and foremost. If we can get guys from the state of South Carolina first to build our brand, I mean, more than anything, these people love South Carolina State. And to get them to come here and then also be able to get the guys that played in the state championship games from high-level programs to be able to come here and choose South Carolina State. Like I say, I think those are guys that are really build this program to the where we want it to be and where it's been over the years. I mean, South Carolina State's been good for a long time. We're just adding pieces of the puzzle to build what we already established here at South Carolina State.
Could you talk about Tyler Jones and what he's going to bring to this defense?
Well, Tyler Jones, I mean, first of all, from a great Dutch Fork program. I mean, he's won 3 state championships out of his 4 years there. So he knows the pedigree of winning. I tell you what, they do a good job, but they do it the right way at Dutch Fork. I mean, they do it the right way in the weight room. They do it the right way. Just all that they do in that program with TK and how he runs that program over there at Dutch Fork. But all in all, I think that he's going to add range, a free safety that can do multiple different things. He can play the rover. He can play the free. He's a guy that can do a lot of things, and he's been winning. More than anything, when you can bring winners into your program, you're headed in the right direction.
Coach, talk about the right fit. You had a chance to talk to some of the signings this morning. What was that like? What was that feeling like when you had a chance to talk to your recruits for the first time?
Well, one of our things is once we sign them and we get the emails that come across, we want to get them on the phone. First, we get them on the phone with their recruiting coach. Then we get them on the phone with their position coach and the coordinators, and then they get on the phone with me. And just to see the smiles on those young men's faces, they're so glad to be Bulldogs now. And I tell you what, their families are glad. We were glad to be able to bring them in and kind of see what we're all about. And for us, it's not always about the best player. It's about the best fit. And when we brought those young men on our campus, we felt like they fit South Carolina State and what we're building here, and we're building something really, really special here.
Is there anyone here of the signees or transfers that seems to be is going to be a good leader for this team this year, like as far as being able to step up and make good plays for you all where you all need it the most?
Well, I mean, wholeheartedly, those guys all have leadership qualities. I mean, we wouldn't assign them. I mean, ultimately, we want to get the right fit of young men. You know, when you're talking about, when you sign a quarterback, we signed a young man from the state of Florida, you know, our only signee in this class from out of the state of South Carolina. He's from DeLand, Florida. You're talking about T.J. Moore is an amazing football player. First of all, he's a true dual threat quarterback that can run it, he can throw it, and he's been winning as well. But one of the things that impressed me when I watched his film, I mean, he was in the weight room. I mean, to be able to see a young man power clean, a quarterback from the ground, 300 pounds, and to see a quarterback full parallel squat, 415 pounds, and to see a quarterback that's a wrestler, and to see him leading the weight room and what are some of the things that he was doing, the stats that he had as a runner, as a passer, and to have 0 interceptions, he's already got leadership qualities. But there's so many of these young men, I don't want to particularly single out one guy. I mean, these guys really fit what we're looking for. It's, for us, like I say, we were intentional with a small signing class because we don't want to just bring in people. It's members versus men. We want to make sure that if we have 7 young men thoroughly immersed in true Bulldog spirit, it's far greater than anything else. We want to get guys that really want to be Bulldogs. So those 7 high school guys we signed, added to those other 13 transfers that we brought into this program, those 20 young men that we brought here, we feel like they're really good fits to our program.
Coach of the transfers, how many are already on campus working with you guys?
13.
Okay. And of those transfers, you know, how many do you kind of foresee being plug-and-play guys as opposed to maybe just building some depth along, you know, the roster?
Well, in this generation, in this age of football, when you bring a transfer in, I mean, you're bringing them in to be the guy. Now, obviously, you got to go compete. Like I tell our guys in this program, you got to earn everything in this program. We're bringing them in here transfer because they already have quality college experience. They've kind of seen the speed of the game. They've already made plays on the levels that they've been on. So now it's time to come here and add to what we already have. So those 13 young men that we brought in, we're expecting them to come and compete for playing time right away. Even if they're not a 1, they're a quality backup 2. But we think those guys that we brought in are really, really good fits, and they're going to compete for playing time right away in this program.
Obviously going through strength and conditioning right now. How has the team kind of taken to you and your process so far as the head coach?
Oh, it's been fun. It really has. You know, just instilling our what we're all about. And, you know, we still go by that dig deep philosophy. And, you know, it's on the back of their workout shirts in the morning, and they understand, fall in love with that process of becoming great. You know, the process to us is more so, everybody sees game days on Saturdays, but it's that fall in love with that weight room, fall in love with study hall, fall in love with getting up in the morning with mat drills. Just fall in love with the process, the hard things that nobody sees on Saturdays when the ball kicks off. Just fall in love with those things. And we talk about paying the fee. That's focus, effort, and execution. We talk about dig deep. When adversity strikes, that's discipline, integrity, God, dedication, effort, execution, pride. Those guys are buying into it. And they know in this program, it's about discipline. It always starts with discipline. And they're really, really buying into the culture that we're creating right here with this program at South Carolina State.
Yeah, just seeing the pictures from mat drills on Twitter, it seems pretty intense.
Oh yeah, we get the butter from the duck. We get excited. We get it in the morning. And we'll be out there tomorrow morning rocking and rolling bright and early, and we'll get their attention real early at 6 a.m.
Coach, do you feel any pressure, you know, having so much success at a former university, now coming here, knowing the shoes you stepped in, and we know this SC State fan base is intense as they should be. Do you feel any pressure, and kind of how are you approaching that?
Well, you know, you're standing on the shoulders of giants, man. You're talking about not only giants with Coach Pugh and Coach Jeffries. You're talking about these are giants in HBCU football, but also giants, the people that have come through this program as players. I mean, it's some dudes that come through here, you know, no doubt about it. So there's no pressure, you know, when you're prepared All right, make sure when you're prepared every day, and we'll be prepared. It's not about pressure. We just want to win the day. Nothing has changed. We're going to fall in love with that process of going 1-0 every day. And if we can continue to chop wood, carry water every day, and just be great today, we're not worried about when the ball kicks off in the fall. Let's just be the best we can be today. If we feel like if we can do that, there's no pressure. As long as there's preparation, we'll be ready to rock and roll when that ball kicks off in August.
I know a lot of people were excited to see Casey Adams come back home after his time at Georgia State, but what did you see in him? How did that kind of work? What was that conversation like for him to come back here?
First of all, everybody sees Casey as an amazing football player. He is. I mean, he's lightning in the bottle. I mean, that guy's like, he's quicker than a hiccup. I mean, he is quick and he is explosive. But he is an amazing human being. If you ever sat down and talked to Casey Adams, you will fall in love with him immediately. Just because, first of all, he's a man of God, first and foremost. And he is such a good person. He's a great young man. You can't talk to Casey Adams and not fall in love with him. So I'm more excited about that. He's a man of few words. He doesn't say a whole lot. He just works. And I'm excited to see what he brings to this South Carolina State football offense. No doubt about it.
And this is your inaugural class here. So how do you hope that this reflects, what you want to happen during your time at SC State?
Well, it starts with the foundation. We're bringing in the right fit of young men. You're talking about the transfer that's already getting it in the spring. So they're already understanding what we're about with study hall, making sure they get their hours. They already understand what we're about in the weight room, what we're about in mat drills. They're kind of already getting a glimpse of it. They're going to get a chance. We start spring ball on March 5th. They're going to get 15 practices to get a head start of getting ready and prepared for summer workouts and for training camp. And then you're talking about these 7 young men we just signed. Man, I'm talking about 7 really, really talented football players. You're talking about Kayvon Chisholm. This young man, this defensive end, I'm talking about from, listen, let me explain. Hampton County, South Carolina. This young man looked like a grown man already. I mean, he's 17, 18 years old, and he's 6'3", 255 pounds. And not only is he an amazing football player, if you get a chance to see him on the basketball court, he's like Shaq out there, and you talk about dominating. So we're getting an amazing, talented young man that got a chance to play right away. If I go through some of these kids, I don't want to leave anybody out. You're talking about Zay Alford, man, right there from Great Collegiate. He played right here at the state championship game. He's from right in the Columbia area. Not only is he going to help us as slot receiver, he's going to help us in the return game in terms of punt returning, kick returning. Amazing, talented young man, all right? Next, we'll go to, again, I talked a little about Tyron Moore. I mean, that quarterback, he's special. He's got a bright future, but the future could be now. We'll see. But he's a guy that fits what we're trying to do offensively in a true dual threat. Not only is he a great runner, he's an amazing passer. We're excited about him. Ja Mayrant from Camden. Listen, let me tell you something. You're talking about, in the state championship game, I think he had 4 touchdowns. So, I mean, he's productive. You're talking about 82 catches this year, over 1,500 yards. So he's going to immediately come in and help our wide receiver room. We're excited about him. All right, talked a little bit about Kayvon Chisholm already. Let's go to Evan Phillips, tight end. He's about 6'3". No, really, honestly, they got him listed at 6'3", but I saw him, and I'm 6'4", and I'm looking up to him. So he's about 6'5", 235-pound tight end. We've got a chance to go see him play basketball as well. Talented young man from right here in the state of South Carolina. And you're talking about a talented tight end, a kid that can be at a matchup problem, whether he's in the run game, blocking in the run game, or out as wide receiver. And he's got a chance to come in and really learn what we're doing offensively. So we're excited about him. And last but not least, Demario Bookhart. All right, from Spartanburg. I mean, this young man had group of 5 offers in the spring. I mean, this young man from a really, really good program, we see him have the ability. He can play all 3 safety spots. He can play the nickel, he can play the free, he can play the rover. So he's a guy that's very, very talented that we were able to get him in this program. So those freshmen that we're bringing in are special young men. And obviously we started off talking about Tyler from Dutch Fork. But ultimately, if you add those guys to the transfers, the 13 guys that we brought in that are transfers, we're super excited about our signing class today for the class of 2024.
Any positions a lock?
A lock? There's never a lock. Like I say, we just want to go, 1-0 today. Our young men are buying in. They understand everything in this program you got to earn, from jersey numbers. Nobody has a jersey number. You got to go earn it. Everything you do, and not just earn it. Everybody thinks you're going to earn it on the football field. No, you're going to earn it by getting your study hall hours every week. You're going to earn it by getting in the weight room and having no misses. You're going to earn it by when I go by your locker, your shoes are a certain way. Your shoulder pads are a certain way. Your helmet is a certain way. You're going to earn it by the things that you do every day. All right? And if you do that, think about it, guys. When you think about anything in life, if you put time into it and you trust the people that you're putting out there, just like anything. If you trust it, you'll invest in it. And these young men, we're earning that trust every day. And for me, it's about building a foundation. You know, one of my objectives in your first 90 days, you always want to try to accomplish something. So one of my things is I want to make sure that I sit down with every individual on this football team. And when the locker room, when the young men here first that are already on campus, going and sitting in the first 3 rows of the classroom, migrating throughout this campus, coming to workouts every day, walking through this building, getting their study hall hours. Those are the guys you got to build the foundation first. None of these guys on this piece of paper, all this is paper. Last time I checked, all it is paper. They got to come prove it. You know, they're talented. They have a skill set, because if they didn't have a skill set, I promise you, they wouldn't be here at South Carolina State. But they still have to go through the process, just like these young men here. So again, nobody's done anything yet. Nobody has a lot. At the end of the day, these guys got to go earn it every day. And I think with the philosophy that we're putting in our program, they'll understand the mission. And the mission is go dominate the day, go 1-0, and let's fall in love with the process of becoming great.
And I'm just curious, we were talking about Buddy Pugh and how I don't think he knows life without football. Although he's retired, he's been around the program. Just what's that been like, having him kind of hang out and see the change here at this university?
Buddy Pugh is my guy. Buddy Pugh can come over here wherever he wants. Listen, he comes by and when we sit down and chit-chat, man. Buddy Pugh is the man, man. I love me some Buddy Pugh, man. He's just an unbelievable, not only a great football coach, just a great human being. And I bounce things across him, man. I ask him everything. He probably get tired of me. Because again, I'd be crazy not to pick all that wisdom. When you're talking about a guy that's been doing it as long as he has, there's so much wisdom in between those ears. And of course, he's a comedian as well. So he keeps my laughs going, man. So that's my guy, Buddy Pugh. Great individual, great human being. I'm glad to be able to have him as a resource when I need him to reach out and touch him.
What was the biggest advice best advice he's given you since you've been here?
Same thing, just win the day. You know, Coach, you have he told me when I first got here, Coach, you know, we left you some pretty good stuff, and I agree. We did. Some young men that are really bought in, but, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, now it's your turn to put your stamp on this program. You know what I'm saying? And that's all he tell me. He never tried to tell me what to do. I ask him more than anything. He just comes around and as a resource more than anything. And again, I'm just grateful that I have that opportunity to reach out to him, because he's been very, very helpful through my time here at South Carolina State thus far. And I know he'll be here with me whenever I need him.